It's testing now, so are we just going to go for it? I can edit this video.
Yeah.
Cool. So, welcome to our first coverage for E3. And what is it that we are covering? I asked thee, dear Andy. Dear Andy.
Pre-3 still. We're still in pre-3, technically, until the 12th.
Hashtag pre-3.
But yes, we are... Hashtag pre-3. We are having a look at the Playdate, which put out their Playdate update today, where they gave a bunch of information about the upcoming console, including a time when you can pre-order it. So yeah, we're gonna have a look at that now.
Cool. I have hit play on the Playdate update. We've got
On the
yellowness,
Playdate. So
blinky
yellowness
eyes.
and an epilepsy warning for 1 minute.
I think I'm slightly ahead. I've got a thing with eyes.
Yeah.
I'm at 24 seconds just now, 25 seconds.
Oh my god, he's pressed play
I did.
for me.
Hashtag professional. A, B. I'm now at 33 seconds. So we've got some
Okay, I'm roughly.
funky, plinky, plonky music.
Yep.
Playdate is the console that we've seen that's kind of a niche thing with a crank to control the games, and it's coming out
Crank handle, yeah.
with seasons, I believe.
Yes,
And
that's correct.
is this going to be like a sub model? I'm not sure how.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Yeah, they're doing a weird kind of sub model rather than like releasing the games one by one, which is very innovative.
So we've got Krista out. Playdate update.
Just some panic.
Like many of you, we've found the past year to be pretty difficult.
It has been difficult
COVID, among
working
other
with
things,
Andy.
hasn't made it
Moving to
any
YouTube.
easier to make our first ever hardware product. But despite some bumps and delays, we're
Butts are
still
for
working
pooping.
every day to bring you Playdate as soon as possible. Things are looking pretty good.
But
Now, in case
off
you
of
missed our
pooping.
initial announcement, Playdate is this unique, tiny
It
little
reminds me of
handheld game system
the old
with
Game Boy.
beautiful, high
Do you know what? There's
It totally
something.
reminds me of the old Game Boy as well.
There's something lovely and cool about it, and niche about it.
And it's a whole new way to
However,
You know what it is, right? And this whole presentation here as well, it screams Nintendo. All of this screams Nintendo. Like, I can't believe Nintendo didn't make this from
Yeah.
watching this video. Like, it's
Is
crazy.
this Cable? Is he from the future?
It's pretty cool. Are you ready?
Maybe.
This is the first Playdate.
What is this?
We call it the Playdate Stereo Dock.
Stereo dock.
Like Playdate, the look and feel was designed around good
Look at this thing, man.
It's weird. Like you said, it's Nintendo.
threat. That's right, 4
It's
threats.
totally Nintendo. It's so weird.
So what does this do?
Place to hang out when you're not using
It's gonna
it.
tell you.
Second, when you magnetically pop your Playdate
It's not a
onto the
feature.
dock,
Right.
feels very satisfying to do this. It will instantly start charging your Playdate. Almost
That's
like magic, keeping your
magnetic
battery
charging.
The charge dock.
Third,
Yeah.
it's also a Bluetooth speaker.
Fine.
Stereo, which
Fine.
means that your Playdate games will
Speaker?
sound extra good.
The fourth one's the best
Since
one.
it's a really
Right.
good stereo speaker, we thought it would be cool to use your Playdate stereo
Uh huh.
to
Sure,
listen to
Cable.
music while you work or say study.
It is.
So we're making our first ever Playdate app,
Right.
Cool Suite FM for Playdate.
Radio.
Now,
I think I've
Cool
seen
Suite
this.
is a collection of
Yeah, you can have radio on it. I don't
That
think
looks
this is
like an old.
necessary.
That looks like an old
Cool Suite
Mac.
FM for Playdate brings
It does event in it.
your pocket
What's that video?
stereo dock. Finally, fourth threat, and this may be my
Right.
favorite feature of the Playdate stereo dock. It is also a pen holder.
Okay.
That's right, you heard me. That we also had to make our own special
Oh, man.
Playdate ballpoint pen, which will be
Mm.
included with the dock. That's the Playdate stereo dock and the Pool Suite FM.
There's two pen holes though. What could the other one be for?
Coming soon.
A pencil?
Back to you, Krista.
Right.
Stereo
Okay.
dock is so cute. I can't wait to have it on my desk. So what's next?
What is next?
Playdate Season 1 will include even more brand new games than we
Fine.
originally
More
planned.
games is good.
Here to give us a peek at the
All
lineup for
exclusive.
Season 1, along with some other news, is Arissa.
That
Vandals developer
that is probably the most enticing thing about this is that all the games are unique to this system basically.
But you don't get to keep them.
Playdate comes with a bunch of brand new games.
Oh no, but they're short games, so I'd imagine that you could be able to get through them.
Here's a trick. A new game
How long is it
delivered to your
sustainable?
Playdate every single week. We call it Season 1. And as Krista noted,
How
Every
long
week you
season?
get a new game.
For how long though?
In fact,
12.
doubled them.
So that's 12 weeks.
12 weeks.
Season 1 will now
Yeah.
come with 24 free games.
Right. How long is this model sustainable? It's not asking for new skins. This is games.
For 12 weeks. It's sustainable for 12 weeks, Ali.
We're now
No, but after
reveal the
that,
name of
like
the
season
sequel.
2, like how many seasons are they going to do before they abandon this?
Maybe cover your ears and eyes for a bit.
I don't know.
Are you ready? Season 1 will include the following games, not necessarily in this order.
Okay. Time Travel Adventures looks cool. I've seen this
A game
before.
about a nap-loving robot
Yeah.
who just can't
I
seem
like
to
the
make it on
idea.
time to a number of very important dates.
Like, see just the design of the character? It reminds me of Rocket Knight.
Yeah.
Boogie Loops,
Or Clockwork Knight, sorry, Clockwork Knight from Saturn.
Demon Quest,
Demon Quest looks cool.
Echoic Memory.
See, I just don't know what any of these games are. Like, you're
Oh,
basing
they're
it
all
off
brand
of
new.
that
With
one
a picture.
picture.
Yeah, but that's what
Yeah.
we used to base games off of, Andy.
Which
Let's
is
go back.
cool, yeah.
Meteor. Lost Your Marbles, a charming visual novel where the role
This
of
is for
marbles
you.
is all different.
Visual novel.
Join Prota in this
See, I don't like the look of this one.
makes her way through Pomegranate Village on a quest to find her lost dog Minty and make it to the
No,
annual
I don't like the
festival
design.
before day's end.
No, I don't like that one.
Pick Pack Pup, Questy Chess,
Uh,
Ratcheteer, Sasquatchers,
Quest
how's
chess,
chess
yes.
going to work with a...
Spellcorp, Zipper.
Obviously, like, you don't have to use the crank in the game.
which tells
Oh,
the
yeah,
story
there's
of
controls,
John
isn't there?
Cornfield, who finds
No,
It's
but
got
each
normal
game
controls.
must use the
public
crank
interest
for something.
when a string of disappearances coincide
Probably, yeah,
with
for a
the
mini game or
of
something like that.
the
Most of them are
night.
using. This game looks kind of interesting.
Finally, master your skills and conquer the waves.
Whitewater Wipeout.
This game looks
That's
cool.
California Games.
Like,
Whitewater Wipeout.
it's California Games, yeah, mate.
We'll also be dropping some fun surprises along the way. So many amazing
And that's a
games.
day one game, that one, the
Maybe
California
you've loved
Games
every single one of them.
surfing.
Yeah.
Probably not. Will you have a great time playing and exploring brand new
Okay.
games from
Like, I like that. That's very honest.
Absolutely. And remember, Season 1 is included with your Playdate at no extra cost. There's no subscription fee. They're all yours to keep.
No
Now
sub
let's
fee.
talk a little bit about the future.
Yep.
We'd like to introduce
It's for
you to
Season 1.
people who are starting to work on cool things for Playdate.
Fine.
Partnered with narrative development company Sweet
Do you
Peach
keep
to
them?
guide and mentor two teams of up-and-coming developers from
It doesn't say anything about keeping them or not. Like, I would imagine they'll just stay on the thing because they're not
but
bringing them out or
season-
anything.
Does season
looks
2
like-
replace them, or can you keep ones you like, you know?
I would guess you just keep all of them. They'll just stay on the system. What would be interesting to me is if you buy it later, like say if you buy it when season 2 comes out, do you get the season 1 game as well?
Yeah.
To diversify the industry by providing opportunities and support for new and marginalized developers. And we believe that the strong
Why she get so many skulls?
paid credited experience.
Yeah, it's a bit creepy. I don't think they're real skulls, to be fair. They're casts of skulls. They're not real.
Veteran developers and staff by
Oh, that's a long team.
and marginalized developers. Games
She's got a lot of skulls.
Premier's recommendation dog,
Considering she's making a dog
does.
game, they look like dog
are
skulls.
currently in development and
Recommendation dog.
Like, why she get dog skulls?
for you to see what we're working on. So
Do you know what this system is missing? A fishing game. Why the fuck doesn't it have a fishing game in
Well,
season 1?
Fishing
Like
game
I
would
didn't
be
see
cool.
one.
We also
Because you need to have that with a crank. There is one gets shown here, but
1-bit graphics. Return of the Oberdin creator Lucas Pope. Here's Lucas.
This thing is a lot of fun.
Hi, Lucas.
The perfect place, I thought, to make
this is the same guy who made Papers, Please.
less death, more laughs, basically. So that's what I'm doing. There's
Okay.
no timeline yet. It's still pretty early, but I want to show you what I've made so far.
Somebody
So-
had Doom in this already, by the way. There's somebody made Doom.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Do you know what's cool? The minigun used the crank.
Yeah. Which is awesome.
I like that, how it opens. That's cool.
Yeah, like, I like the look of that. Like,
This
what they've
game
been able
looks
to
cool.
do with the... Yeah, what they've been able to do with the graphics there, that's really clever. The other games, like, you can kind of go, okay, right,
Yeah,
cool. But, like, that is innovative. Like, the depth of field there is
That's
quite...
awesome. That's
cool.
almost like 3DS, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, like, they've done a real good job there. So, like, that actually... this game makes me want to buy the
This
console
game
because
looks
it
cool.
looks so cool.
what is that? What is that? What is it?
Well, that's it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what any of it is.
Show me more.
Like,
Lucas,
it's
show me
fucked up,
more.
but
I want to see more.
that's
of
all he's
that.
got. Like, but I'm very intrigued by whatever that is.
Mars After Midnight. The fact it's on Mars as well,
Watch in
Andy.
amazement as the talented folks in our Playdate
Yeah,
development
I like
team
Mars.
have been creating amazing
You love
titles
Mars.
on their own.
Right, so Noble Robot. Yeah, I could see that as being fun. What's this? I like that. Not that game. Not this.
Yep.
Daily Driver, not for me, no. That's awful.
I do like the graphic design there though.
Sure.
Like it's kind of like 3D-ish, Micro Machines-y type stuff.
Day of Life. What's this? Faraway Fairway. Crank. 13 feet to home. Robot fishing. Why is he not using the crank?
He's
Oh,
going to use the crank.
yes. That's the
There
game
you
I
go.
want to play.
There's your fishing game with the crank.
Yeah. This looks very Betty Boop.
Yeah. Oh, totally.
You've got to keep the record going at the proper time, I would imagine. That's quite cool. This
Oh,
is
yeah,
almost
by
like a
spinning
rhythm.
the crank at the right speed.
Rhythm
Yep.
action game. That's cool. This looks therapeutic. Plant crank, whatever that was.
Yep.
Look at the
Like,
fingerprints.
what
on
I-
that
what I
screen,
like-
though. Look at the fingerprints.
Yeah, of course it's going to get fingerprints. Like,
What's this? I like this. I like music.
So much potential for the future of Playdate.
There is.
How will future games
that was the Shanty song as well. You know, the popular Shanty song that's been going about.
Oh, and
Yeah.
there's one more cool thing.
What's a more
We
cool
want
thing?
everyone to be able to make a game for Playdate,
Yeah,
and we mean it.
I want to
There
make
are
one
a
for
lot of
Playdate.
incredible storytellers out there who might not know how to code.
I
So
don't.
we built something to make development accessible to everyone.
What did you do?
Introducing Pulp for Playdate.
Playdate Pulp.
Inspired by game development environments like Adam Ladou's
Oh.
Which is cool.
Pulp is a brand new tool to create Playdate games.
Oh.
Just your web browser. That's right. All you need is a web browser. Make graphics,
Hey.
music, use a simple scripting language, link some rooms together, and tell narrative stories super easily. Then press a button and put your new game on your Playdate. Pulp will be available this year and will be free. So look
That's
for
fucking cool.
updates on it soon.
Like,
That's.
so cool.
Yes,
Ye-
so exciting.
You
Yes.
can just make your game on a web browser and then go like, cool, it's on my console. Boom, there you go. Fucking done.
And I'm guessing there's a way that you could maybe
Before we
submit
say
them.
goodbye, I'd like to bring Cable back to share
Yeah,
a
I'd imagine so.
with you.
What's Cable got to say?
Now you know that Playdate will come with 20 brand new games for free.
24
Now
games.
we're making a cool new stereo dock. That
Yeah, he said it wrong.
Stereo dock I've no interest in.
And that we have some amazing games being worked on.
The Pulp
for
thing's
future
cool.
of Playdate.
Mm,
But let's get down
But.
to business and talk about what you really want to know.
I do.
First, Playdate will be priced at $179.
Yeah, we'll talk about that at the end.
includes the full season of
Yeah.
games at no extra charge.
Fine.
But
It's only
When can
24
we get
mini games, mate.
Playdate will be available
July.
for pre-order next month,
Yeah.
in July, and we'll give you a week's warning.
Pre-order in July though.
now, don't worry, Playdate shouldn't sell out on pre-order day.
Shouldn't.
Our plan is to keep orders open and send Playdates out gradually as we get them from the factory.
This is
The
what.
sooner you order,
There's a problem with
the
that I'll
sooner
talk
you'll
about
get
at the
it,
end.
But we're not going to close
Yeah.
the door on you.
I thought that as well.
Say something won't go wrong in the process, so we thank you in advance for your patience with whatever that something is.
Right.
If we sell way more Playdates than we planned, given how constrained parts are right now due to COVID, it is a really tough time to build things. It might take a while for you to get your Playdate, but we will be working
that's
constantly
why.
with the factory to adjust for demand,
Yeah.
and we'll be talking to you every step of the way. And of course, you will be able to cancel your pre-order at any time for any reason.
Hmm.
Just keep an eye on our Twitter at Playdate for more information. And when it's pre-order day, visit play.date to place your pre-order. That was a lot. Thank you so much for watching. To wrap things up, we want to show you this amazing Playdate ad that our friends at Sandwich Video made.
I want to see it.
We think it tells the Playdate story really well. We'll see you next time.
We'll see you next time.
Thanks for watching, and have a good one.
Thanks.
This video is about a little box.
Get hype, Playdate advert.
I want to see it.
Yeah, absolutely.
What is it?
It's a new thing. It plays games.
I already have a thing that plays games.
Me too, but this is a little different.
We wanted to try something different.
I didn't watch the seller.
The most difficult, different thing that you could
Cable.
possibly-
Lad.
Another look.
That showed different colours there, didn't it?
Ooh, I like it.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Yeah.
But that was inside of it, so it might be different colours on the inside.
Fits right
I would want it in yellow.
I,
B button.
I actually like it in the yellow. I think it looks great.
My first Game Boy was yellow.
Wait, what's that thing?
That's the
Crank.
Yeah, look, Pikachu one.
Seriously, what is it?
No?
crank.
This is pre-Pokemon. This was Mario Bros. Mario Land 2.
Now look at this. The
One.
display. It's
Came with a
extremely
carry
high
case.
resolution.
Is there a backlight?
No, but the screen is super reflective. You
Right.
can even
No
play with
backlight.
candlelight. Maybe.
No backlight, right?
They love making things.
I like this.
They're
Maybe.
made hardware, so they got a little help from this company called Tunius Engineering.
Mm-hmm.
They're over in Stockholm. This guy named Jesper
Tune.
came up with the idea for the crane.
Okay, so who makes the games?
Some people you've heard of, some people you haven't.
You are so mysterious. I love it. So what are these new games they're working on?
That's the best part. You won't know what you're getting, not until they Wi-Fi themselves into your Playdate. You know that feeling when...
That's a great feeling.
And that's what
That's
Playdate is
cool.
all about.
Like,
Like
you
you get a new game, so like cool.
It's like a season of TV.
A mystery surprise game that could be
They're shadow dropping games, 2 games a
Every
week for
week.
you
24
Yeah.
every week, and they might be shit. They might be. It's like Game Pass, but like on this
Random
thing.
drops. Yeah.
you can't play
Yeah.
anywhere else. And also this, every Playdate can be
They're using Apple text.
So, what do you think?
all right. I'll do it.
Great. Ready for your Playdate? Oh, and you can also get this snap-on dock with the speaker and a place to hold your
No. That's stupid. Right, so pause it there.
It looks like an old, yeah. It looks like an old TV. There, like, So initial impressions, right? What do you think of this? Because I watched this already. So what do you think?
Initial impressions. I was interested in this because it's weird in the first place. Like, it's innovative. Like you said, it screams Nintendo. I love the idea of games. Some of those
Yeah.
games look bad, some look good, but the way that they're dropping them, it's always going to happen. Same for Game Pass. Sustainability is a question. Like, how many seasons is it going to get? When's it going to stop? When are they going to drop support for it? Price. Like, that's the price of a second-hand Switch Lite. Is it as good as a Switch Lite?
Right, I'll give you that, but you've already got a Switch. You don't have this. You
So
can
here-
play all the games. You can't play these games anywhere else.
No, you are right. You can here's one thing that really piqued my interest: the Playdate Pulp, that build your own game.
Yeah. Yeah, so for me, I was okay. Like, I watched this earlier, and like, I think watching it again actually kind of opened my eyes a little bit to it a wee bit more, because I've obviously focused more on it here, and there's not, like, I don't have any distractions of like all the other shit going on in my house. I'm just like watching this video and talking to you about it, and I'm much more into this now from having sat down and like really focused on this video. They've done a fucking amazing job with that video. That's an incredible video. That is like Apple
indie
of selling
Apple.
a product.
Yeah, it was.
Totally. Nintendo level of selling a product. Okay, yeah, the games, like, some of the games don't look amazing. Some of them look very bare bones, but like they're playing with a very like limited architecture on the system here, but they're doing that deliberately. They could have gone and made a full scale console if they wanted, but they didn't. This is an artistic choice to make a game system like this, because this is the type of stuff that they want to do. Fair enough. The cool thing is, like, the games are fucking exclusive to this. You're not going to get these games anywhere else. And they're pulling in developers because of unique selling points, like that little crank handle. No one else is going to have that. No one's ever going to put that on their system. Okay, maybe you could port these games later on and use like circling an analog stick or whatever. Fine. But the games are going to originally been designed for this. And like these games at launch, have you ever heard of these before?
No.
Absolutely not. Are they going to be the next big thing? Maybe.
No.
Like, no, but think about this, right? When Nintendo first came out with the fucking gaming watches, how many people bought them?
Lots.
No, not that many. They're hard to get nowadays. They're
hard
very
to
rare,
get now,
right?
But this is up there.
But
with that
compared
sort
to-
of innovation, this is up there with that.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. So, like, Panic making this console right now, right? In, say, 30, 40, 50 years' time, are they making the next generation handheld that is going to rival the whatever Nintendo thing that's coming out?
Exactly, yeah.
Very possibly. So, like, this is the way to get on the ground floor. I think, well, your question about the sustainability of it, right? That's a valid question from the official games, but they've open sourced it. Like, Dave fucking won, basically. So anyone can build any game they want on.
People could also port
on
games
that.
to this.
People could port games to it. You could be playing fucking Zelda on this within 2 weeks of it coming out. People will make that happen. Pokemon, that's going to be on this. That's fucking genius. Like, absolute genius. That adds value to it tenfold, honestly, for me. And just being able, like, to have, and even to be able to go and sit and tinker about and try and make your own game in it, that's fucking cool. And then just, like, push a button, and then you can play it on your system. that's awesome. Like, what a cool idea for a system. Like,
So
it's very open as well.
other thing that worries me,
Price.
we're keeping price. We'll talk about that in a minute. Pre-orders
Yeah.
are open,
Pre-orders, yeah.
and you
Forever, basically.
right. So to avoid scalpers, right? So fine, but you're not guaranteed a console at any point. They're basically saying we'll get the console to you when we can. I don't like that. Like,
So,
I don't know the demand for
think
this, but
I think that's fine, right? But like they'll basically have. I've seen this happen with other products in the past, and basically how they work it is they do it in waves. So like wave one or batch one
right.
is going to be like 20,000 consoles. They've got those like locked and
course.
loaded. These are
Yeah.
100% coming day one. They've got an additional scope to make, say, another 10,000 consoles. So
first
that
year
takes
or
them up to
something, yeah.
30,000 for for the first, like for day one.
Right.
Like these consoles can be ready to be shipped to the customer, and they will have them in their hand day one. Now, beyond that, which is what the guy's talking about, like if it sells really, really well, which they don't think it will, but it might. You never know. Like sometimes these things kind of catch fire and like they
Yeah.
get picked up. Which this thing could, because there's a good little buzz about it going around now. And I've seen a lot of game industry people talking about this
We heard
because
about
it's
this.
innovative and it's different.
We heard about this years ago, didn't we? And I thought it looked cool, and so did you.
A year or
but-
two ago, yeah.
Yeah. But like, I get that it could take off, but my only problem is if it does, look at Analog. Their model's similar to this. They are premium products. They sold out to fuck. They get hit with scalpers. Is this just? They said as many open pre-orders. Is this just going to get blasted with scalpers, chancing their luck, and you're going to pay $250 for it on eBay?
So there obviously is the possibility of that, but they like what Panic are saying here is that they're basically telling you not to do that and like just order it through us, because I believe they're just selling it through their own website.
I think so, yeah.
Play.date it is. So you could just order it from them once the pre-orders go up, and they'll give you a week notice, so you'll be ready to go when day one. You'll make your pre-order and then they'll ship it to you once the console's ready. Now, like if you're within the first 30,000 people that order it, then you get it day one. If you're after that, then you'll get it a week later, or 2 weeks later, or 3 weeks, or whenever it is. They'll probably give you an estimated ship date though. But I think that's the best way of doing it, and I don't think this will get scalped as much. Like it's unlikely that this will get scalped the same way as like a PS5 or a Series X or
I
a
agree.
graphics
Do you
card will.
think because it's kind of not under the radar but just floating on the line at the moment that scalpers might be unsure about it, and your first wave of people will probably get it because they'll know about it, and then if it picks up even more hype, then the scalpers will hit and they'll be behind on the pre-orders?
Yeah, I think that's probably the case. Like, and by that time, like most of the people that want to get it and try it will have already got it and tried it.
Here's my other thing, right? Now that we've covered that, the price, $179.
Yeah.
Can I stomach that for what it is?
That's the only sticking point for me. Like everything else they said in that video, I'm fucking sold. Like,
if they'd said $99, I don't think I would question this.
Yeah, so like let's look at the value proposition here, right? So you're getting a system with a unique control mechanism. It is a black and white only system,
but that's okay.
But it is a retro kind of architecture almost. So
Yes.
like it's retro style gameplay, right? You're getting the unique control. Like that's a very unique selling point for it. A good strong point for it there, and exclusive games, actual exclusive games, which you do not have
PS5
on your
or Series X.
PS5 or your Series X. You can play those in fucking any old console these days. Actual exclusive games for this. They're not available on anything else. Right now, they could maybe come to it later, but at the moment, no, absolutely not. All exclusive games. 24 of them included in your price. All of that's like...
You've dropped off. What happened?
I lost you for a second there.
Yeah,
but yeah.
we'll recontinue. Hold on, I need to resize everybody now because this... Oh, goodness, right. So now I need to do this. Now I need to open up Streamlabs, Discord. Apologies, but here we go. So we should be back here. But now I need to resize the YoChobs to full screen. Yeah, because we had that set. And apologies, we are back.
So yeah, all those things were exciting me totally, and I'm like, this is fucking cool. I can make my own game on it. I can play other
Yeah,
people's
that's
games
cool.
that they make on it. Like by the looks of it, like someone's already ported Doom to it. What other things could be ported to it? I saw Mike Bithell on Twitter, he tweeting about wanting to make a game for this earlier. And like Mike Bithell made Thomas Was Alone, as well as multiple other games. He made that John Wick game, remember?
Yes.
That came out a year or two ago. So he's made in a volume as well. He's made some pretty decent games. He's a very independent developer, but like he's like talking about making a game for this, and like the fact that it's exciting these kind of independent developers, and like the guy that made the Papers, Please and Return of the Obra Dinn, like the fact that he wants to make it, well, the fact that he is making a game for it, and like it looks fucking cool. Like the way that he's been able to make the graphics work on that system, that's cool as shit. So yeah, there's like very unique stuff there. It looks fun. They did a great job of promoting it, and I'm like, oh yeah, and then and 24 games included in your in the first 12 weeks of it coming out. Like that's nuts for like a new launch system. And obviously, these games are smaller in scale than your like fucking Killzone Shadowfall or whatever. Or because I'm saying that because Sony doesn't have any exclusives on their system.
Ratchet.
Well, yeah, not until Friday. But yeah, so all that is speaking to me very, very nicely, and then they hit you with that price point, and you're just like, oh,
Ouch.
it just seems like a lot. So like 100 when you
However,
compare it to
I
other
understand it though. Dev costs, brand new
I do.
system, indie studio basically making a fucking console. Do you know what I mean?
Here's the best analogy to give to this, right? Soldier Boy released a console. He charged more for it than this.
He
It
didn't
had
make it.
pirated games on it. He didn't license. He said he made a console then, right? Like he said he made a console, and
He said
he
he
has his own
licensed it.
name. He does have his own name on a console now. Like it's printed on the back
Again,
of
he
it.
didn't. I'll just make it clear. Soldier Boy did not make a console.
He did not make anything, but it's a pirate retro system where it's got like fake copies of
Stickers.
games on it. That's more expensive than this thing. Like
However,
this thing is
on-
worth 10 times what Soldier Boy's thing is. Soldier Boy's thing's worth 20 quid. This is worth like probably the price that it is. It's probably fair.
So my next
But they haven't
question
given
then
They haven't given a UK price,
So my
right?
next-
So it's
my next is,
$179.
do you see it being
go ahead.
£150 to link it into that?
That is the price that I would hope for it to be in this country. I could also obviously see it being £179 because
Yeah.
that's what usually fucking happens.
It does. Yeah.
Which and like at £170, like the guts of £200. Fair, you're not needing to buy anything else for this if you don't want to buy the weird dock thing that they did. That's just strange.
Yeah.
Like I don't quite get that one. It makes it look like one of those old tube TVs. Like, so I don't think I would buy that particular part for it. But like,
Do you know what it looks like? It looks like an
£150.
old portable TV. Remember the wee mini ones you used to get?
Yeah, absolutely. That's exactly what it looks like. And like it looks cool like that, to be fair, but like I wouldn't buy that. I don't know how much it is. Like they haven't said yet, but I don't think I would get that. But
80 quid.
70
Tell it
pounds.
what it is. 179.
Yeah, 180 quid. I don't think I could justify it. At 150, it's like, oh, it's really on the top end of like what I would be willing to pay for it. At £100, I'm fucking sold and I'm buying it day one.
If this came out and they said £99, I'd buy it. See
Yeah.
if they change this and they say 179 with the dock, fine, or 99 without, I'd be like, okay. Here's the only other caveat. They said this
Yeah, I
season's
don't think
free.
about that.
This season's free. What if
Season 2 will cost money, obviously.
But what if they say season 2 is 50 quid?
Mhm.
You're stuck. If you don't want to pay that, it's like tough.
Yeah, you've got a system where you can only play the 24 games that you have, and
that's the
then
other
you
thing.
can't. You're not going to buy the other games. Yeah, I don't know how well they've thought out. That's like I love it for the first one, like giving you all the games, right?
Yeah.
But if they obviously want to continue to monetize it and people to make new games for it, and that's only going to happen if people are paying money into it. But how do you sell the games to people if it's season 2? Then you have to buy, say it's 24 games again. You
Yeah.
have to buy 24 games.
And if it's
without
£2
knowing
a
the price
pop,
for
it could be £50. Imagine they said
It could be.
it's £2 a game, so we've priced it at £49, and I would be like, I ain't
Yeah.
paying 50 quid for that.
Yeah.
That's the other
And
caveat.
that's the other caveat, yeah. And obviously, like, there's no other stores or anything like that going on this.
No.
There's no physical
There's
media
no
here. It's
like
all digital.
Google, Android stores or anything.
It's also like it's a great selling point for season 1 where you're getting these like random games like dropped in, and you're like, oh, cool, yeah, it's great. But for season 2, when you've spent £50, let's say it's £50, if you've spent £50 on it, then you get 24 games that you hate. You're gonna go, I want my money back. I didn't like any of those.
Yeah, but that's
Like,
that's the thing.
Hopefully that wouldn't happen, but
And I know
it's a weird one.
I know you might have thought £50 sounded expensive when I threw it out there, but when you put a price point at just over £2 a game, they're going to give the developers some of that cash and recuperate some costs.
Yeah.
£50 a season could be roughly what they charge. That's my hypothesis for this.
If it's 24 games, say, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
they might do it. They might be able to do it so it's like £25 a season, which I can stomach.
And it's like 12
regardless
games.
of whether the games are good or bad. Like I don't mind £25 over 12
3
weeks.
months.
£25 for 3 months worth of games.
So then what's that, £100 a year?
Give me
sub?
different experiences. Yeah, I think that's okay. But £50 for a season is like, it seems like a lot. So I think £25 is the right price point for the season. But is that enough for them to get decent devs in there to make exclusive games for this?
Yeah, is it going to be worth the cost if that's all you're getting? How many units are they actually going to sell? If they don't sell enough units, are they going to even get devs to make any more games than this? So they're going to go, it's not worth my while. I'll make something for the Switch where it will get exposure, because at some point the art has to stop because it's still a business. That's why they're charging £179. I get it. They want to recuperate costs. But if they had showed me this trailer and they gave me more details, like not just the British price, because I could have kind of guessed from, if they'd said, and season 2 will cost this. Otherwise, you're talking, say that they're not even saying it's coming out this year, right? But imagine you pre-order it, you get it in August, right? You've got 12 weeks, September, October, November. There's nothing also that says that you're going to get season 2 straight away. Season 1 might just be the games you get, and that's it for like a year.
So I think that from the looks of this and from everything I'm seeing about this so far, it looks like it's pretty easy to develop for, especially if you can just go and sit and fucking do it in a
Still takes time and effort.
It does take time and effort, but these games are smaller experiences than what you would expect. So you could pump out a game for this in 3 months, no issue. So,
I agree. Again, to attract big names like Mike Bithell and stuff, who's a big name.
Well,
he's a big
he
name
is a
in
big
indies,
name
but,
for like the indie space.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
that's what I mean. But he'd be one of the biggest names.
Yeah, totally. But you don't actually need the big names. You just need good games. That's all you need to sell a system. And like
You could
from the games they showed,
you could start getting the
they
people
look decent.
playing developing games that's good enough to put on your seasons.
100%, yeah. So like all of that, like the whole package, like it really interests me for like something different and innovative. And I'm very tempted to get this to, like, mainly to just to play around with the games, and then to try to make my own game. Like that's fucking cool. You can make your own game.
And you know the thing is, analog. Here's analog. They done the Pocket, Analog Pocket, which was your Game Boy. They had a similar thing for this that really interested me. And you can download the program and make your own Game Boy games for that system in the same way. So
that's cool.
Here's the other thing. That analog's a premium, best way to play your entire Game Boy library. Make your own games. You can compose music because a lot of people were using them for chip tunes. You know, they've got a new chip tune creator. It's similar priced, Andy. It's like maybe a 10 or more for the Analog Pocket. I agree with you. This could be the next big thing. I want to be there day one. I want to be in the ground floor. But again, I could stomach it more if they said, even if they said 120, I would be like, fine. I agree with you. 150 is about all I want to pay for it. £180, Andy, is £20 away from £200, which is a Switch. That's the way I'm viewing it.
£200. But I mean, the thing is, like the Switch, once you buy it, you've got to buy a fucking memory card. You've got to buy an online pass. You've got to buy games. Like games are like for the bigger games, £40 a pop. Even the small games are a minimum of £5. Even a calculator costs you a fucking tenner on the Switch.
But imagine they hit you with £50 for season 2, like I said, which is in the realms of possibility. Then you're stung. You're stung £50. So,
but I'm 100% interested in this. At £150, I'm like 60% of the way there to buying it. At £100, I'm 100% of the way there. At £80, say I'm like 5% of the way to buying that. And okay, it's only £30 more, but like it just feels like so much more.
So here's my stance on it. I was all for this till the price point came out, and I know they've doubled the storage, but it's still only 4 GB, and I know memory doesn't cost that much. So and so do you. You can buy SD cards like it's not expensive,
For
especially
pennies.
when you're buying in
Yeah.
bulk, pennies. So
Yeah.
you're not talking SSD by any means. So this is literally an SD card. Let's be honest. This is probably built on Raspberry Pi technology at some point or something similar. But
Yeah. Well, that's fine though.
it's cool. But my interest will depend on what Nintendo announce, because
Okay,
if,
I see.
see what I'm saying? If they turn around and say, "Do you know what you're spending your money on this year, boyo? Switch Pro." Nintendo come out either this week, like everyone keeps predicting, but I don't think they're now showing it at E3. I think if they were going to, they've now went, "Fuck these leaks, we'll show it at E3." If they show a Switch Pro, this is out for me. I can't justify paying nearly £200 in this when that's half the price of a Switch Pro according to the leaks.
Yeah.
If Nintendo don't even mention a Switch Pro, then my interest goes up. At £180, how much that interest will be will depend on what the UK cost is. You know, if they say 150, I'm probably maybe 55% of the way there, to put it that way. And it would take small nudges to get me there. I'm interested in trying the games like that bouncer one, like where you turn the crank and you could open the thing and look at the depth.
Yeah.
And that's really cool, and it shows me, what could this do? What else could you do with it? The fishing game, music games, the sort of turning the turntable for the records, like to keep the song in tune. That looks like it could be addictive. I like the sort of the one where it's the guy walking backwards and forwards with the crank. That looked cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, there is interest, and I love the idea of waking up going, "Oh, cool! What game's out today?"
It's new game day. Yeah. I get to play the new game, and like it's you need to always remember, right? So 5 games, and it's 5 games that you cannot play anywhere else that you want to play. 5 games.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
the
I'm
rule.
pretty sure there's 5 games in amongst that. They just showed us like 24 games or
In
more.
season 1.
And they were like some of them were only titles or title cards, but
Yep.
like based on the title card is how we used to buy games back in the day on the fucking Master System. It was just like there was a box with one fucking picture, and you'd be
Yeah.
like, "All right, yeah, I'll that looks okay. I'll try that." And then I played Golden Axe Warrior, and it was fucking incredible. Like one of the best games I've ever played.
Here's the other thing you haven't considered. Like, what's to say that they're all short form games? What if we do get one that's
Absolutely.
What's
Yeah.
to say that we don't get somebody spending time on this and releasing an RPG that's on the stance of like a Game Boy Zelda game? Because you know they could last a good few hours, or Pokemon or such. What's to say somebody's not developing that right now? Because it's not all about the crank, like you said. You've got basically the Game Boy controls there, so you could absolutely fire out Zelda with the crank turning being like a spin the sword action, like in Skyward Sword or something. So they might not all be short games. I think they will be till people get to grips with it, but. When's it coming out, actually? Am I pre-ordering this in July and I'm seeing it this year? I don't think so. Like, I think the whole COVID at the start was highlighting how they've had issues and they wanted it to be out this year. We'll see. It
I don't
depends.
know. Like, I think excluding for COVID, it'd probably already be out. But I think this comes out this year.
first
With the
wave.
pre-orders coming the pre-orders coming in July. You're gonna see it later on this year. They're not gonna like, oh yeah, pre-order it now and get it in like
January.
March or like April or June next year. Like, no, they're not gonna make you wait that long for something like this. That it looks ready. Like in those games that they showed, those look ready. Like not the
And they even
bouncer
gave,
one.
they even gave,
more
they even gave,
concept, but
yeah,
the
they
other
even
one.
gave teasers about possible future games that have been
The
worked
future
on.
games, yeah.
So yeah, like here's my thoughts as well. Like he said, you can cancel at any point for any reason as well. So I might slap a pre-order on it if Nintendo don't announce anything. If Nintendo stays silent in the Pro, here's the other thing though. If Nintendo then a couple of months down the line go, by the way, there is a Pro coming, psych, which they could do. I think
They could.
I think E3 we're going to see it. I definitely think this is the year, if any. But Nintendo could hold this and go in September. Look, there's a Pro coming. Buy it in March.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, I for me, I want to play exclusive games.
True.
I've already got a PS5. I've got a Series X. I've got a Switch already. They're not going to put out any exclusive games for the Switch Pro. There might be features or whatever.
Sure. Yeah,
So
absolutely.
I'm good. I'm good with not needing to buy that. Maybe I might, but I might not. Nintendo would really need to sell me on it. But like Playdate has done like a much better job of selling me this than Xbox have done to sell me a Series X. Put it that way. Like this fucking. Do you know what I mean?
I disagree.
And I
because
bought
Game
that.
Pass,
So
Game Pass. Come on.
well, like I'm sold on Game Pass. Like I'm Game Pass for life. Game Pass for life, yo.
That's
But
the
this
real
is a Game Pass. This is Game Pass handheld for the Playdate. Like it's the same thing.
So we'll need
Think
to
how much you pay for your Game Pass over a year.
We need
Like,
to wrap up. We've
Yeah.
like went on, but what is your initial thoughts? Is this a yeah nay for Andy? Is this a wait and see? I'll say again, this is a wait and see what Nintendo do for me. If Nintendo show nothing this year, I think I'm slapping a pre-order in July anyway. I think I'm slapping a pre-order to hold that at the moment. And then I think, like you said, maybe August we'll get an announcement. Oh, by the way, here's when the first wave will ship, blah blah blah. And at that point, I'll judge whether I'm keeping it or not.
so it depends on factors that are not controllable by Playdate. So I'm very interested in this, but I also want to build a new PC this year.
Yeah, you've been saying that for years.
But yeah, but like this is the year that I was going to do it because like it was always my plan last year because like I actually want a PC, build it for her, and then this year get my own PC sorted, build up a new PC. But I can't do that right now because the graphics card prices are insane.
Yes.
So if I can't build a PC, then I can buy this. But if I'm going to build a PC, then I won't buy this.
So you ain't getting to build a PC this year. I can say that for a fact.
Yeah.
Graphics
So
cards
it's
are
highly
effed.
it's highly likely that I will pick this up at some point this
Do you see
year.
yourself slapping a pre-order down in July just to hold your place, and then if they announce, oh, it's out in August, you might cancel it? Or
It depends on their payment system. So like if I can pre-order it and not pay at the time, absolutely no
Yes.
problem. If it's pay on ship, I'm fine with that. Like no problem with that. But if it's like pay now and then ships later, like I'm not keen on that because obviously they've got the whole thing of if I'm paying for it now, then they've not given a date for when it's coming out, right? But I'm assuming it's coming out this year. So if I pre-order it, like, and I pay the money for it, I expect to get it day one. And obviously they're kind of saying there that, like, yeah, it might come like a little bit later. I'm not keen on that, like, to have this money sitting away. And yeah, they said you can cancel, fine. But I'm not keen on having, like, put down money into something that I might not see until next year. I don't like that.
I think wave 2 will be. You might get a big wave 1, smaller wave 2 at the end of the year, and then I think wave 3 you're talking March next year. So you're right. If they want the money slapped down and they turn around and say your order will be available in March, you're going to be like, well, I'm cancelling my order. Like, because if I pre-order this in July, like if you're not pre-ordering in July, you're not pre-ordering it. So if you pre-order in July and they turn around and say you're not in wave 1, you're going to be like, well, give me my money back then. That's the only reason I was pre-ordering this. I will wait until it says buy now on your website.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm much more sold on this from having watched this video. I think they did an incredible job with that video. Like a fucking thumbs up to whoever made that video. Like that was brilliant. I hope that the other E3 press conferences are as good as that video was. Cool. That was short, concise, and very well edited.
Awesome. So we'll finish up there. Thank you very much for tuning in and watching our coverage of the Playdate update on the 8th of... Sorry, I'm reading their date. It's the 8th of June 2021. And also they don't have zeros on their date either, Andy. So that's probably another cross for you if you check their title.
Cancelled!
But yes,
I saw that,
let us know what you think of the Playdate below. Are you going to be spanking the crank once this comes out? Or
oh my God.
are you just gonna? Do you know what it needs? It needs a Resident Evil game, because Resident Evil games have always get cranks. It needs like Resident Evil Playdate, and you get the cranky.
Resident Evil Playdate,
yeah. It could if this kicks off, you could see stuff like
Fan
that.
game. Yeah, totally.
Absolutely. So thank you very much for tuning in and watching. Stay posted on the channel for all our E3 2021 coverage, and we'll catch you next time. Bye.